The world of old school gaming is about to change forever, because one of the largest websites in the world for providing game ROMs is closing. Also, there is a new Star Trek show that's in the works, and we've got some reboot news as well. All that's coming up right now. What up to my peoples, and welcome to Retro Crunch, your nostalgia show where we talk about all things retro. And to start off the news, retro gaming is a huge part of today's culture, and finding old games to play, whether it be on an old console like the NES or a modern retro console like the older Xbox, it can be extremely hard to get these old games that we used to love. And now it's actually become even harder, with the recent news of a hugely popular game archive website shutting down. Chances are that if you know what emulators are or have played old games a bunch, you probably are pretty familiar with or heard of ROM games. And if you're not familiar, ROMs are little game files that allow you to play games from classic consoles that otherwise are really difficult to get. Whether they are just way too expensive, hard to find, or you're just curious, ROMs make retro gaming available to everyone. And where this story turns sad is that EMUParadise, which is the largest supporter and provider of ROM-based games, they're going away. Not entirely, but they are going to stop making the ROMs available to the public. Why, you might ask? Well, ROMs are sort of in that gray area of being legal to own, because for you to really be getting and using the ROMs, you should actually already own the game. So there's some real concern by console and game makers that these ROMs are infringing on intellectual rights to the games. And since EMUParadise and other ROM sites have been the constant target of legal action by game makers, especially Nintendo, which has been unrelenting in its attack on ROM game sites, the era of sharing game ROMs openly may soon come to an end. But if you do happen to be interested in ROMs or want to learn more, I'll post a link to where you can get more info on what they are and how to find them down below. Oh, and speaking of Nintendo, an age-old argument of whether the Nintendo Entertainment System is pronounced NES or NES has been ended. According to Nintendo, the way that you're supposed to pronounce it is NES. I've always called it the NES and the SNES or the Super NES, but I'll link to the article down below if you guys want to see what the fuss is all about. And then next up, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have yet another reboot of a classic TV series. And this time, looks like the show Facts of Life is possibly going to be the next reboot that's coming to TV. The original show ran from 1979 to 1988 and was one of the longest running sitcoms of that decade. And it was about an all-girls boarding school along with their house mother, where they took on issues like drug use, sex, eating disorders, and peer pressure. And the new show is in its early stages at Sony Pictures TV, with the company ran by Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Davison, along with Jessica Biel, in negotiation to produce the show. Then last up, the most respected captain in Starfleet history is back. CBS recently announced that Patrick Stewart, who played Captain Jean-Luc Picard on the Star Trek The Next Generation, will be reprising his role in the new series that will explore the new chapter of Picard's life. The series will be coming to CBS All Access, which is the same place that Star Trek Discovery is being shown. And that is all the details that we have for now. And that's your retro news for the week. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We put out retro videos every week, so if you're into retro news and nostalgia stuff, you're in the right place. Alright, my peoples, I hope you all enjoyed the show, and I will catch you on the flip side. And remember, if it ain't retro, it ain't worth watching.